Ladies and gentlemen, you are currently in the loop with Max Wingrove. We got a very special guest today, Nicolas.
Well, I'm glad I'm special. Thank you for that.
This is one of my best friends. We've known each other for years, our entire lives. And, man, that song is still in my head. Freaking the Lil Uzi. But you just said the first line of the song, and I'm never going to get it out of my head. Yes, you went, "It does not matter." Or what is it?
It do not matter.
It do not matter.
Yeah.
Money got longer. That's the song. It's a real... I don't know if it's a bad song. Nah, it's alright. It's okay, I guess. I don't know.
We have different tastes in music.
We have different tastes. Well, actually, our tastes in music have actually grown a lot closer. And, like, at least maybe, like...
In ways. I mean, in ways.
So, basically, yeah, so you live across from me. I can see your house. And there is this house that is next to yours. Now, this house, for many, many years, was my grandparents' like rental house.
Yeah.
It was their house that they bought and like rented to people.
Mm-hmm.
My uncle lived in that house. I spent many, many hours in that house playing video games, mowing the lawns, whatever.
Well, that was your job. I mean, you were the maintenance person for that house.
I was. You're completely right. I was doing.
You were the maintenance man of the property.
Of the property.
Wow, what a.
And I didn't notice how much of an honor it was till it got torn down last year by, I won't say their names, but they're rich doctors.
Well, your grandparents sold the house.
Yeah.
And the people that bought them, both of them are doctors.
Well, I think actually one of them owns their own doctor's office.
One of them has their own practice. The other one works for.
Isn't she a lawyer?
No, she's a doctor as well, but she works for pretty much like disease control, British Columbia, something like that.
Oh my gosh, it does not sound like a fun job, man. Disease control. Well, I don't know.
Or like drug administration, something like that.
Oh, even better. Even better. Just sounds like the joy of the world. But either way,
they make money.
They make money, and they tore down the rental house. I wasn't really sad to see it go. In fact, I have it on tape.
All your hard work.
I'd probably show the tape right now, but like. Oh, I don't care. It was fun to watch get torn down. My grandma was like, "Can you believe this?" But like,
I know, I was there too. I was watching it go down.
Yeah, it was kind of fun. It was like I should have had some popcorn with me or something. But besides that, when they started building their new house, we knew it was going to be a monster house because every house around this neighborhood now, if you tear down one of these old houses, it becomes like a gigantic, gargantuan mansion.
And quite frankly, I mean, like, the houses in our neighborhood aren't massive in the first place, right?
No.
So, if you're going to build something, and if you're going to tear it down, you might as well build something like that, right? I mean, it's big. Like, it's... Yeah, I think that's the first house on the street that's being
it is, yes. But it doesn't it make all our houses look...
Yes.
Like,
my house was a garage.
Yeah, it's a tool shed compared to it. So basically, it's a giant white house. It just looks like a stereotypical giant house that's built just by people who have a lot of money.
I love how we're just trashing their house because we don't.
Well, you know what? They deserve it. Especially during Christmas time, we set up our lights. We both have modest lights.
You know the struggle of getting up on a ladder, that we don't do, and actually hanging lights.
Well, I had to. I know your father does yours. I have to do all of my lights with my parents, but then I look across the street to this massive gargantuan thing, and I just see lights that slap our lights in the face. It overpowers everything.
But see, they're not even nice. I mean, what they've done is they put LED light strips on the border of their roof, like where normal lights go.
Yeah.
Just like hardwired in permanently LED light strips, and they don't change color. They're just pure white. So imagine having this massive house with all these just white lights.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. That's all there is. And Oh, they've also put Christmas lights on the shed. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, the shed. Yeah, there's a shed in the back.
They did the same thing. LED lights, but they're red this time to match the color of the shed.
Oh, yeah.
So they match the color of the house with the white lights.
My grandpa painted it red.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
And then they put red ones on the shed to match the color of the shed.
Oh my gosh. So, okay. Just touching on those lights, so strips like in your in your room
like
you have
LED
light strips.
Strips, yeah. That's all they are. But they're hardwired in so they don't come off.
Okay, I see. And
easily.
I don't know if you noticed this, but they also have 3 Christmas trees. One down below, one
I did notice.
Up top, and one like to the left.
They probably have one in their basement too. By the way, they have a basement if you haven't noticed.
It's because their kids are like, we want a lot of Christmas trees. And you know what? They have the room. And the garage is massive as well.
Well, that's a 2-car garage.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay, and used to be this tiny little carport that I scraped my knee in and cried. And
considering my carport a tiny little carport, because I have the same size.
It is compared to that. Well, no, but the carport before was like this measly little...
Yeah, the same one in my house currently. Thank you, Max.
That should be the title of this one.
Sorry, I don't have a garage.
Measly carport. Hey, it's not like my garage is anything extravagant. It breaks down all the time. But either way, so this got me thinking. I was like, obviously this is the house that everybody's going to notice when they go on our street. It's not like our houses were like some glamorous thing that everybody pointed at when they came down. Exactly.
I mean, they were mostly, at least my 3, were pretty much the same cookie cutter style. So they were all the same. They looked the same. I mean, there were some other houses on the street that looked different. Like yours looks a bit different, but they were all roughly the same style, built in the 60s.
Yeah.
I mean, same.
Oh, yeah, it was built... Yeah, these houses were built in the 60s or something. But it looked humble. And then this just... this completely just disrupted the peace, it almost seemed like. And you know what? It got me thinking. I'm like, do they rule the street now? I mean, really? I mean...
No.
Because...
They probably make the most money on the street.
Yeah, but... The group of people that we belong to... So you're basically... You can fit in the group with my family, let's say, because we know you the most.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
Yes, and then we also have my other grandma down the street, and then we had my grandma and my uncle and my grandpa with that rental house that I was always in. So we then we have your house and then our house.
Mm-hmm.
So
totally you had 4,
we had like
3 of your own family and 4 of,
yeah,
if you consider me extended family.
One of the things got taken down. Mm-hmm. So we still have more family on this street, but it kind of seems like they've taken control.
No, see, I disagree with that in a sense, because, I mean, I don't know how many houses there are on our street. Probably around 30, something like that, if not more.
30 on this street?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
I never even stopped to think about it.
Yeah, I don't actually know the number.
I don't think it's actually 30.
Well, it's nothing major, but I think 30 is about right. Either way.
Okay.
Maybe 20, 25, who knows. Anyway. So
wow.
You have that amount. And everybody's their own owner, right? So nobody owns the same other than your family. So really, your family still owns the majority. And
we own the majority of the street, yeah.
If you take any street, really, most neighborhoods, I mean, you don't really know the other. I'd say we're a more connected neighborhood than most.
I think we are, because every one of my other friends is like, whenever they come over here to this house, they're always like, why do you just know everybody? I don't know. I like knowing neighbors, and I just always thought it was a normal thing, but apparently, Well,
it depends where you go. I mean...
But, I think we have a bit of a tight-knit community here.
Well, because everybody's lived here, the majority of...
Yeah.
Like, I can only think of a few houses, like, from where my house sits to the other houses I can see. I can only think of 2... times they've changed owners from like other houses from I can see. There's one across the street
Yeah.
The one with the flat roof.
Oh, the one with the flat roof.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there's been so many. I mean, not so many, but I remember each and every one of those people.
It's only been 2. The people lived there before and the new people.
Yeah, okay, no. There was one, and then there was the...
Current family.
No. There's the European family.
I don't remember this European family.
You remember Misha?
That's down there.
Well, I'm not... Okay. I'm thinking of...
the one up here.
Oh, you're talking about your side.
The one beside the purple house.
The purple house. You see, I don't know what the purple house is. What?
With the Volkswagen Golf and the silver one, the one directly across from me.
I don't know. Oh, what? I don't know this.
The one that has the Audi park there.
Oh, I know what you mean. Okay.
The one with the flat roof.
So wait, house. They've changed owners?
Well, it used to be, the owner used to have a Fiat 500, and they had a van, and they just moved because their son graduated.
Wow, I don't remember that at all. I just know who lives there. I thought they were there forever.
I think they're Asian. They might be Filipino, actually. I don't know.
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. See, I don't know this stuff.
Anyway, they've moved, but everybody else has pretty much remained the same. I mean, my other side neighbors have lived there pretty much their entire lives, and they're not going to leave until they pretty much croak.
Yeah, no, I can tell. They that's their house. That is that's their kingdom.
And quite frankly, I don't know if they would know what to do with themselves if they ever moved.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see them in a home.
Used to.
No. I can always see her watering the plants.
Well, she's very active. They're both very active people.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that would change, you wouldn't hear the Volkswagen. Yeah, the Volkswagen diesel.
Not anymore.
Thing. Wait, they sold that too?
No, he crashed it.
Oh my gosh.
But he bought another Volkswagen Jetta that's also black, but it's a newer one. So
is it diesel?
No,
it's gas. Okay, good, because that thing...
It's petrol.
That thing was almost as loud...
I'm aware.
...as like a Dodge Ram or something.
Yeah.
So you're saying that the fact that we have quantity...
I don't think anybody owns the street.
...over the giantness of the doctors... of the rich doctors.
I'm not gonna lie, I think on the street they probably make the most in income and their house is worth the most.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got a Mercedes and an Audi in the driveway, and it's
See, that's what I see. That's what I see. I'm just like, they're the ones.
If you think of it, very sorry about it, how sorry he really was, because, my car compared to theirs, like, what is it?
I think your father almost clocked him.
No, he almost clocked the driver. He didn't clock the owner, the owners of the house, because it's not their fault.
No.
It's the driver, and his excuse was, it's a tight street. And, okay, fine, it's a tight street, but come up to the door, knock on the door and say, hey, do you mind moving the car or else I'm going to hit it? And what do you think the answer is going to be? No.
Yeah, of course, you're going to move your freaking car.
I'm going to move my car, but...
It's not the tightest of streets. There's worse.
Well, with a big truck like that, I mean, I get it, especially with those bushes there on the other side.
Oh, those stupid bushes, yeah.
But I do have to say that there was at least 30 trucks doing it also in the time of that, because they were getting rid of the old debris. And all 29 of them, pretty much, did it with no issue.
Right.
So...
I thought you were going to say the only thing that pissed me off was... the early wake-ups, but then I realized... there's that, but I realized that's actually way worse. Because, dude, you never really got that problem fixed for maybe, how many months?
The car?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm still dealing with it.
Yeah,
well, and that's
you're
different.
Still dealing with it.
No, because that's because the body shop screwed up. And
but you're almost going to take that to court and whatever, but this all stemmed from that one thing.
Yeah.
From the construction of...
Well, they came over.
Their kingdom.
The owners came over and they, gave us a thing and they apologized and they gave my dad a bottle of wine, which is great because that totally helps me. I mean, get me something, not him. I mean, anyways, my car. But whatever.
True.
I'm not going to ask for too much. But,
so you're not going to drink the wine?
No, I'm not going to drink the wine.
Oh, give me a break. Come on.
I mean, it was probably good
wine.
You're
Italian.
Yeah, but it's probably good wine. But, I mean, anyway.
It's a Chardonnay. Actually, that... Chardonnay champagne. Fine, it's Dom Perignon. That champagne. Chardonnay is a wine, I think.
You're asking me these things like
74 Lafite. Anyway, so maybe what we should do is we should go We should invite them for dinner. Wouldn't that be awkward? I can imagine me going over right now and asking,
no,
like, do you want to come over for dinner? Then they won't seem as much of a threat.
Well,
because that's what people do. Back in the whatever days, people would bring over cookies and be like, "Hi, we're the new neighbors." Like, none of that's happened. I mean, I met the guy, but I figured my mom would have went over there with cookies and actually spoke to him.
We were debating it, but we decided not to because...
Really?
Yeah, because it's like...
Wait, you actually debated that?
Well, yeah, kind of, because it's... Yeah, anyways, I mean, we didn't at the end of the day. Which is fine. But no, I don't think anybody owns the street, nor do I think you own the street, or we own the street, or they own the street.
After that trash race,
they don't
we'll
take,
see, though.
They don't take any presence on the street.
Oh man, I just can't agree with that. They're so flashy that I just can't agree with that.
I mean, trust me, that house is not as flashy as some of the others.
Okay, like the 1-2 streets below us with the chandelier.
I mean, there's some gaudy houses there that put these freaking many roof peaks on their house and put these gaudy Greek pillars and like. What is that? Like
I think I know which one you're talking about. There's one that has like 5 different roofs. Ranch Park Way, right beside like Butternut or whatever it is. Yeah, that one has like 7 roofs. And I've looked at that and been like, that's from the Jetsons. You know what? I'm really glad that house is not on our street.
Oh, I am too. I mean, that wouldn't fit on our property, so.
Like I would never hear the end of it. It's just that would look different. Like, you think this one looks different? This one is just like squares and more squares.
I mean, it's modern and it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I don't think anybody owns.
Okay. All right. Okay. But what do you think? Do you think I should try to beat them in putting out the garbage?
Well, I mean, that's your own thing.
I think that would spice things up.
You're gonna lose because you're gonna win. You already win now, I think.
Right.
Because, I mean, he doesn't leave all that early.
Could you imagine that? Could you imagine if there was, like, a mutual thing where, like, we just knew we had to beat each other? That would be hilarious.
I mean, if I lived right beside you, maybe, but I also don't. I couldn't care less about getting up early enough to take
You just see, like, me wipe out on the driveway.
Well, your freaking driveway.
And because my driveway is the worst driveway on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
My driveway is a steep mountain grade driveway, and there's roots sticking out of the driveway because we used to have this giant tree in my yard, which I don't even remember really what it looked like. It's just the roots went down the lawn, and it like started poking through the concrete of the driveway.
Mine did that too.
Yeah, we never got it fixed. So
because driveways are expensive. They're like $10,000, $5,000, $10,000. I can't remember.
Yeah, and my parents were like, "Screw that, we're doing the roof."
Well, the roof's important.
I know, but the driveway is the thing that everybody complains about. Everybody who goes to my house is like, "I hate your driveway." Even your neighbor, she was bringing her son or her grandson to my house to play with my brother or whatever, and she went up to my mom and said, "I hate your driveway. I hate it." And so my mom was like, "I don't ever see her again." I'm like, "But the driveway does suck. The driveway
there's nothing you can do about
bad.
the grade or the elevation of it. I mean, the roots you can do something about, but it's not like, what's the point, really?
Yeah, man. It's like a 30% grade or something. No, it's even more than that. Whatever. It's fun to sled down in the winter, but shoveling the snow.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to do that on your driveway.
Yeah.
Although I have done it a couple times.
Your driveway gets pretty icy anyway.
I've
wiped out on your driveway many times.
Because my dad decides not to shovel before he drives over it. So then it packs down.
Oh my god.
What do you think happens?
Cracked.
I mean, really, you need a jackhammer to get rid of it.
Well, do you have who said they just got a new like snowblower thing?
I don't know.
Oh, so it was someone we know said they got a new snowblower, and I was like, you know what, that would be good for your driveway, not mine, because you can really.
We share one.
Oh my, what?
There's 4 neighbors that share a snowblower.
Are you kidding me? How do I not know this? Don't share it. Don't share it with the rich.
We don't use it.
Varmints. Don't.
When was the last time? Like, I can't even think of the last time we used it. First of all, it's more hell to get going than anything, and second, I mean, as long as you're on top of it, you can just...
Yeah. But hey, they can afford their own. We can share because we are modest people. They're not. I don't know why this got me so fired up.
You're so mean to these people.
Dude, I'm fired up.
Are you mad at their success? Like...
maybe.
Yeah, I think it is, because...
It's just our street was never that. Our street was always...
Well, it was bound to happen.
I didn't think it would ever happen.
Well, then I'm sorry, but you're delusional.
I'm just not with the times, I guess. Oh my gosh. Well, anyway, I think I can put it to rest. But if they do anything else, we're gonna be talking about this again. I don't know.
Like what?
I don't know. If they do something to make themselves more known and make us look smaller than we already look, then I'm gonna have to say something.
You're really mad about this. I don't see much of an issue.
Oh, there's an issue. And so... Okay, so with that, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in a second. Have you ever looked at your living room and thought, it's kind of empty in here? Have you ever wanted to buy a piece of furniture that didn't look like it came from the discount section at the Brick? Well, get on over to Vancouver Reclaimed. Custom wood furniture made from only the most beautiful reclaimed wood. From a coat rack, to custom signage, to a kitchen makeover, there is no better place to get handcrafted wood furniture made with the best reclaimed materials. So get on over to www.vancouverreclaimed.com. That's www.vancouverreclaimed.com. Link will be in the description. So, since our proximity into where we abide is very, very close, I've gone to your house many times while you were cooking dinner or something like that.
Yeah.
Right? You and your dad were arguing in the kitchen over many meals, and I know like a very one that sticks out of my mind is clams and oysters or mussels or whatever it is.
Okay.
Next time you guys have that, tell me about it, because I want to try it.
It's not that hard to do. Anyways.
But we never get them. That's the thing. And you guys seem to like that meal. I've never had clams and mussels. I've had an oyster, but I didn't enjoy it too much.
Okay.
So if you can show me the way to cook it, then it's just because I had it out of a jar. It was like a pickling jar.
No.
And it was cold, so it was basically just out of the sea, and it was, I don't know, it was right, but I digress. So a lot of cooking happens at your house when I'm there, and for a while you started having these meals that you really just, you did not enjoy any of it. And tell me, where did those meals come from?
Well, you see, as we were trying to think more out of the box, as far as meals goes, ironic, as you will see.
Yeah.
The box. Anyways, I saw this thing online called Fresh Prep, very similar to Blue Apron or
Hello Fresh and whatnot.
Yeah, if you've heard of them before. Pretty much what it is it's a meal kit that gets delivered to you weekly. And you can choose a different meal plan, so you can get enough for the full week, or you can get enough for 2 times a week, something like that. We opted for the 2 times a week, and you would get all the ingredients you need to make the meal for 2 people.
Right.
Or you can choose however many people you want.
Yeah, the serving size or whatever.
Yeah, we obviously chose 2.
Yeah.
2 people in the house, so fine. We had that. Now, everything is individually packaged. That is my first gripe about this. Is that everything is wrapped in plastic and individually wrapped. So
that's what I would have expected.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you think about it, how much you're actually throwing away. It's a lot of plastic you're chucking. I mean,
See, that shows you where my head is with the environment. I was like, plastic? Pfft, what's that mean?
I mean, everything is so, like, triple wrapped, individually packaged. I mean, do you really need to individually package all your spices? Like, put all the spices in one thing because you're adding it all at once. I mean, do you really need one thing for oregano, one thing for basil? Like, you know what I mean? Anyways.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So, fine.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like if you're going to make it like a rub or a spice, just have all that stuff together.
Yeah.
Oregano and...
Yeah. Or think of something a little bit more environmentally friendly. I mean, really, our garbage was almost full by the end of one of those meals.
Oh.
About how much crap there was in plastic. And anyways, so that's my first thing, just because I kind of care about the type of stuff. Second is you got to choose at the beginning of the week, or the week before pretty much, out of probably, you get 7 or so options.
Oh, they give you a amount of options.
Yeah, and you choose which one sounds good to you.
Okay.
Now, you know, we kind of have a taste of what we like. I mean, there's some things we don't like, some foods we're not the biggest fan of. I mean, we'll eat it, but if there's something we like better, we'll choose that one. So we got to pick.
Was there anything crazy that they offered?
No, they don't. Nothing crazy. I mean, everything was pretty, like, they do it very balanced. The meals were very balanced. As far as nutrition goes.
Yeah, I would assume they would try
carbs, proteins, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
There were vegetarian and vegan options as well, but given we're not that, we didn't really bother with that. I mean, there was once we got a vegetarian meal. Ironically, that was the best one, but anyways, so we got these. They, to put it lightly, they weren't very good.
Yeah. This was some of the best entertainment I got out of those visits to your house, is that you'd start ranting about this abomination, yes, apparently, that you cooked.
I would complain quite a bit, and I mean, we're spending money on this. They weren't cheap. I mean, I think it was $40 for 2.
Really? Oh, I thought that would have been for like a month or something.
No, it wasn't cheap, and I mean, we were willing to do it because we were kind of getting tired of what we were eating, and my dad doesn't like to cook, nor is he good at it. What
about his barbecue chicken?
You mean the raw chicken?
Yes.
He doesn't have patience to cook things. So anyways, we did that, and I like to think of myself as an okay cook, and I can follow instructions pretty well.
Yeah.
Especially with cooking. So anyway, we got these meals, and most of the time they were just very, very weird, or very weird combinations of things, and they would have some weird flavors. One I can think of specifically was this bean thing.
So was this like black beans and...
No, I think they were brown, or whatever they were. Yeah, something like that.
Oh, wait, so
I think you tried that one. I tried to make you try it.
Was it like green beans or like...
No. They were like...
kind of thing?
Yeah, like black beans, pretty much.
Black beans, kidney beans, something like that?
Yeah, something like that. I think they were actually...
That sounds appetizing right now from what I can see, because I like those type of beans.
The picture and the description and the ingredients sounded good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's why we were going to try it. So it was going to be that with the pork chop, and it was like the beans were with some sort of apple thing. Okay, so I know it was kind of weird, but I thought maybe it would work.
What's the word I'm looking for? An apple something. I had this at work one time. An apple, I don't know. It was like an apple sauce, but
kind of, yeah.
Started with a C.
But it was with the beans.
Yeah, somebody will correct me, but yeah.
Anyways, so you had to cook the beans, and then you added all the stuff, and then you add the vinegar. No, sorry. There's a little bit of vinegar you added. Mm. And I mean, I kind of thought, it was kind of weird, but all right, whatever. And so you put that, and then you cover it and let it boil. And then you take it off, and it should be dried up enough, but the beans have now cooked, so they're mushy. It smelled vile. It really did. It smelled terrible.
Did it smell like chemical or something?
It smelled of chemical and vinegar. I mean, It was so bad. And I'm like, oh no, I hope this tastes good. Now, I take a scoop of it to taste it, and I actually spit it out. Like I could not Eat it.
I don't know if I tasted this one. I might have.
I tried to make you. I remember that. I don't think you did.
I don't think I did because I think I would have had some sort of.
You
I
really
would have had a
should have.
visceral reaction.
Just so you could have known what I was experiencing. We tried that.
Yeah.
And
so that was that the worst one?
By far.
Dang, pork chop, bean, and like what was the other thing?
What was like? I think that was it. Pork chop, bean, and apple, but the apple was in it. I mean, okay, so it tastes like vinegar, like pure vinegar, in beans. So I thought, okay, well, what brings down vinegar? I mean, I'm trying to save it.
What dilutes it? Yeah.
And it's baking soda.
But I knew, okay, I was going to say either like cornstarch or baking soda or some sort of powder.
But you know when you add baking soda and vinegar together, do you know what happens?
Boom.
Well, not boom, but it's a chemical reaction.
It's the classic science project.
Yeah. It bubbles.
You made the volcano and then ate it. Yo, this guy ate the volcano.
So I tried to take it down and I thought, okay, well, if there's any... I can't eat this like this. If there's any salvaging of it, let's at least try.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm trying to put a little bit of baking soda in and I'm like, okay, not making a difference. Lots of bubbles, but not going anywhere. Lots of chemical reactions going on. I turn it off, take it off the heat. At this point, I've taken it off the heat for a long time. It's still bubbling just from the, not the heat, but from the chemical reaction. Just from
the mixture. Oh, this is like deadly.
And I'm like, oh my God. So I get my dad in the room. I'm like, please tell me. Like, I didn't tell him anything. I just said, try this. And he spits it out. And I'm like, okay, great. So at the end of the night, we had a pork chop. And we had to make our own pasta or something like that. Right. So I don't remember what we did. And we couldn't eat it. We threw it in the garbage happily. I mean, we're not very happy that we spent all this money on it.
Right, yeah.
And I followed all the instructions to the T. I mean, anyways, so there was that one. But all of them were just weird. I mean, they're nothing conventional.
Nothing was conventional, okay.
No, nothing was like, okay, you'd have your typical, okay, we're going to do teriyaki chicken tonight. No. Nothing was easy like, maybe macaroni and cheese, or we'll do pasta, or spaghetti, no.
Did you want simple stuff, or?
Not necessarily simple, but something along the lines of conventional. I mean,
you said you wanted a change from what you usually eat, and I guess anything that they would have offered seemed appealing compared to what you're eating prior to that. Whatever you're eating, the stuff that you were cooking on your own.
But it was also more of a time thing because he comes home from work and I came home from school at the time, or I was working, and we didn't have all that much time to be preparing things. And I mean, part of it was our laziness, but we thought it was a way out of that and to change it up.
And that's the big selling point, is that like anyone can do it. Anybody who's like, even if you haven't cooked, this is easy, follow the instructions and you have a meal in like 30 minutes, you can use one pan. Oh, that's the big selling point that I've heard for every single one of these. And did you struggle cooking it? Did you struggle cooking any of these?
Not so much cooking it. Sometimes the instructions were very vague.
Yeah.
And you're like trying to interpret what it meant. Or like the timing would be weird. Or off. Like, not so much like leave for 30 minutes. It would just be like when to add things would be off or mixed up.
Okay.
And I mean, that's easy stuff.
Yeah, so like you picked apart the recipe.
You cook the meal. Like their test kitchen. You cook the meal and you write down each step you do.
Each step, yeah.
It's really not that hard to screw up, but they managed to. Anyways. I didn't have any issues really cooking it other than that. And it was kind of...
So you're saying the main selling point is that like valid? Can people who have never cooked before, can they just hop on to
yes.
Fresh Prep and just bang out a meal?
For the most part, yes. Okay. I mean, the equipment you needed, because you had to have your own equipment. And normally like oil, salt, pepper, butter, that type of stuff, you would supply. But again, most people have that, or margarine, or something of that form. The equipment most people have. Instructions are relatively easy.
Yeah.
But sometimes, if you don't catch it, or you read it wrong or interpret it wrong, it screws up the whole thing.
So
and
it's
that
easy,
can go
it's
with
easy
anything.
to screw up. Okay.
Okay. I don't know if I'd put it that way, but it just depends on the meal. I mean, they might have improved that since then.
Yeah.
But either way, I wouldn't do that one again. Like,
well, yeah, you almost made a science experiment in your meal. In fact, you probably did.
That was vile. I feel like, honestly, if I ate that, I would get sick from it.
Oh my
and now I wrote them. I wrote them a thing, and I said, because they always say, like, hey, review this meal.
I did not know this part.
Yeah. So I wrote them a review of this meal, and I said that, I literally said, that is the most vile thing I've tasted in my life.
Oh my god.
And I followed the instruction to the T, and I have no issues cooking.
Not holding anything back.
No, well, because here's the thing.
Well, you've never done that. You've never done that. If a teacher marks something like totally unfairly, you'd be on their ass. That's what I've learned from going to school with you, bro. Is that you'll stick up for your mark, and I guess this time you'll stick up for what you eat because apparently it was trash.
Okay, here's the thing, right? You pay per person. I mean, in total, I think it was something like $22. Okay, for that meal.
Yeah.
You could go out to eat. Yeah. I mean, really, not nowhere fancy, but I mean, you can go out to eat for cheaper and would have enjoyed it better.
Go to the A&W right up the...
Oh, God, I'm not saying A&W, but I mean an actual sit-down restaurant.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing, you wouldn't get anything fancy, but I mean, for a couple of dollars more, you can get a better meal.
Yeah.
So, it's not like it's cheap. And my thing was, okay, well, maybe they can improve it or take it off the menu, and maybe I'll get a reimbursement. I wasn't so much looking for the reimbursement, more just letting them know, please don't serve other people.
Yeah, just to tell them what was up, just
like,
to
how did this, in the first place, pass the... And it wasn't so much... It was the ingredients in general. I mean, it wasn't the method. Because if you add all the ingredients, that's what it turns into, no matter if you boil it for that long or not. So... I don't know how anybody could have ate that. Maybe people do. Maybe that's someone's apple cider vinegar cleanse in your meal all in one. I mean, you know, there's people that do that. Take the shot of the every day. Another thing I don't understand, but anyways.
What, like a cleaning agent or something?
No. People take these shots for good health.
Yeah.
Of apple cider vinegar in the morning.
No. What? Why, dude?
Good health. It clears out the system.
Okay, I can never imagine. I would vomit everywhere.
Toxins.
Oh, that's bad, dude.
Well, if you think of it, vinegar can be used as a cleaning agent.
Oh, it can, yeah. So
right, and what oftentimes they will do is they will put vinegar and baking soda together to get rid of like soap scum, crap like that.
Yeah.
And that's what I did in my food.
That's what you did. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it.
I think I ruined the pan, like the non-stick part of the pan. I think it fell off. Like I honestly, like.
That's a good way of looking at it. That's what you should have said anyway. So basically, they had no idea what they were doing. They were making this recipe.
Well, I just don't think they tested it. Like normally, you have a test kitchen where they, you come up with these things, and you're like, oh well. You make a detailed recipe, and you get your portions. Especially if they're sending you the portions, you need to know your portions.
Right, because that's the whole. That's their other big thing is just like everything is measured to a T, and you'll need nothing more, and nothing will ever fail like that. But I don't know.
I mean, I don't know if they're in business today still. Let me see. Actually,
look at that stuff up, man. What? And see, I don't know. I don't know why I'm so fascinated by all this. Like, whenever I hear someone like use them as a sponsorship, I'm just like, that would be fun. I don't know why I always thought like having a meal come to the house and we cook it. I don't know, there's no mystery surrounding it. I just feel like for some reason that's a little bit exciting. Mm-hmm. Did you get that at all?
Yeah.
Before you
honestly
blew up your pan?
I mean, I only saw other advertisements for like other brands. Yeah. Like Blue Apron mainly. Yeah. Just from YouTube and stuff. Mm-hmm. But, so pretty much this is the alternative in Vancouver at least.
Right.
And now they are still in business. And the thing that surprises me the most is they actually have 4.6 stars.
And you are not one of those. You are not one of those stars.
Now, I totally agree if people want to rate things that way. because people are saying great food, love the meal, and the instructions easy to follow, normally around 30 minutes. Never had a bad meal. Maybe it's just my choice of meals, but I'm pretty like.
Oh yeah. No. If you're spitting stuff out there, you can't validate that. They can't validate that.
No, I mean, some people are saying like meals are good, way too much plastic, upwards of 10 to 12 plastic bags per meal, right? Which is a lot. But I want to go. What I always find fun about doing this is going to the lowest rated.
Yeah.
But still, people are saying.
And it's just you.
Yeah. People are still saying the food is great, no complaint there. Multiple drivers have misdelivered my order. That's one of the bad ones. So the food is great.
Nothing like that ever happened to you, right? Did you ever have like a misdelivery?
No, because it's a house. A lot of these are like
apartments and stuff like that.
Yeah, see, the food was relatively good. Unfortunately, I had to call and ask. Yeah, okay. Super disappointed. Wanted to go for a local option, but the quality isn't there. All the meat and fish arrives frozen. Okay, fine. I couldn't care less.
I mean, like, how else would you have transported meats?
Yeah, that I honestly don't care about. But nothing really here is saying about the food. Now, I maybe tried this early, and maybe, like, their prices have gone up, I've noticed. Oh, okay. It's now $49 for 2 meals a week.
Oh, my gosh.
You think about that. That's $22 bucks?
I can't do that math. You think I can do that math?
Well, I'm going to find out.
Because, dude, like, speaking of math, we were just math whizzes in school, man.
So,
Can't do that math.
Yeah, so I mean, it's $49 for a week. So that's $50. Not including tax, probably.
Yeah.
Divide that by 2. You've got $25.
$25.
Not including tax.
For each meal.
Oh
my gosh, yeah.
And then if you divide that again, that's per person. But I mean, really, if you think about that, you can get, like, for example, Chinese food, you can get 2 dishes for that price. I mean, and that's enough for a dinner. I mean, it's not great assortment, but it's enough.
Yeah.
Personally, unless something changes, I mean, not the biggest fan. I would rather, in that case, do something like skip the dishes or something and literally skip the dishes.
Yeah, I've never used skip the dishes, but that's another thing that's like...
Me neither.
Really?
No, I have Uber Eats and I have skip the dishes on my phone.
Of course you do, yeah.
And I still have like a free meal from both.
Is that what you get when you get the app or something?
No, I think you get free delivery or something like that. Yeah, but I signed up like using some code from someone's YouTube or something like that. And I just have never been like wanting to do that. I mean, what is the big deal for me to go get in my car? Well, mind you, I guess people that don't have that mobility, but to get in your car and go somewhere.
Right.
I mean, in a way, it's a way for places to get rid of their delivery, their in-house delivery. Like the Chinese place, for example, will do their own delivery, right? You call them, you order. Oh, most of them. I mean, most of them, yeah. Hans do.
Okay.
I don't know if they do delivery. They must, but they do their own in-house, right? Where this takes it away.
Yeah.
But it's also like you have these random people coming up to your door giving you food, and I've seen a lot of them waiting for food at restaurants. They're really pushy because they're under pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of changing the topic.
No. Go. Keep going with this.
I don't know. And it's not cheap. I mean, because you have to pay normally $4 delivery fee. And then you have to tip on top of that, of your whole total meal cost.
I don't know if $4 delivery tip is good or not. I mean...
Okay, so $4 delivery is average. I mean...
Yeah, because I remember I ordered a pizza the other night, and I think it was around that, $4 for the delivery fee.
But if you think of it, though, how much it actually costs you in gas to go to the pizza place to pick it up?
Yeah.
Minimal. I mean, really, it's not much. It's not $4 worth.
Not even... Well, it depends on how close, but for us... I mean, again, depends on how far it is, what restaurant it is, but if you just go into the closest one, it's not even $5 in gas.
I mean, if you talk about Como Lake Village from us, that's nowhere near $5 in gas.
No.
And then on top of that, you have to tip them. And I mean, you have to tip with delivery anyway, from anywhere. And that's the whole total meal price you tip on.
Okay.
And that's what the driver keeps, that and the delivery fees. But also, Skip the Dishes, Uber Eats, they keep a portion of that. Or how else are they making money, right?
Right.
So, I don't know. I feel like it's easier to do that rather than get these... Because you still are doing the work on fresh prep and stuff like that. Right? You're still
and
cooking.
I feel like that's like part of the thing that everybody likes is that you're actually doing the work. Are you sure?
You'd be mistaken. A lot of people hate cooking. Personally, I don't mind it. I like it.
Yeah.
But I realize that I don't like actually just doing the cooking. I actually like finding something that I'm gonna like and
right. I mean,
buying
you want
things
to you want to like be excited about the meal when cooked. That's when you get excited, when you're like wanting to make the meal. If you're just having to cook, then of course it's a little grating on the nerves. But just back to what you said before. Okay, I can see why you wouldn't have used Skip the Dishes, because like it's garnered so much talk around like a lot of people that we talk to, and like I just hear it all the time. Like, we should get Skip the Dishes. Dude, like some of our friends, we have literally just been sitting around. They said, "Let's just get Skip the Dishes."
It's called Skip. Let's do Skip. Let's get Skip.
Seriously?
That's what they say now. Yeah.
Let's get Skip. That just reminds me of my driving teacher's name is Skip. Yeah, I don't want him coming over. No. Here. So like Skip the Dishes, like, yeah, I don't see myself trying it anytime soon. I'm surprised I haven't. I'm surprised I haven't gotten a delivery even around my friends who have tried to use it. Like Conrad, he has said that countless times that we should just order and Skip the Dishes, but we just never do it. Yeah. Or Uber Eats. Is that what you're about to show me?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go on there now just to get an idea.
And I know what you mean by, I can tell they're in a rush when they go to the restaurant, because I can see them just like frantically standing there and checking their phone.
Because they have a time. I mean, they do have to be there in a certain time, and a lot of times do they not come to my house?
Uber Eats doesn't come to your house?
I don't know.
I mean, Uber just isn't here right now.
We're not available right now. Oh, right. Uber Eats is only Vancouver. Okay, well.
Why do you got the app then?
No, I don't know, actually. Yeah, see, they delivered to my grandparents. So that is because they live in Vancouver. So I'll just put that address in right now.
Yeah.
So it's saying these first few options are $0 delivery fee, but you still have to tip.
So that's the first fee you get.
Yeah, there's only two.
Okay.
Pizza, and Panago Pizza.
Pizza. Yeah.
You don't pay the delivery fee.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, they recommend dishes, because Starbucks does Uber Eats now.
Well, they're not going to give you dishes.
No, but recommended dishes.
Oh, okay, I see.
I'm just saying, here's a latte from Starbucks.
Yeah.
That's a dish, apparently. Like Beyond Meat Burger, things like that. Now, they are saying, so if I just say, let's say I want sushi. Okay, we like sushi. Sushi's good.
I'm so hungry right
now. And I'm
now.
going to go to a sushi place. Mind you, it's kind of late.
Yeah.
This place here that's still open, they charge a $2.99 delivery fee. Okay, so we've got $3.
Okay, that's not bad.
No, it's not. But it says if you spend $36, the delivery fee is waived.
Is what?
Waived.
Which means gone.
It's gone. So, but another thing is their menu kind of sucks. Because the way they put their menus on here, I don't like the way it looks. So let's say I get...
Oh, but you gotta get that. You gotta go above $36, dude. So you're gonna have to order some major tuna tataki.
So we're gonna get 4 salmon nigiri, 4 tuna nigiri. We're just gonna do some random things.
Dude, I'm so hungry right now. I could destroy all of that.
Let's get a tuna tataki just for you.
Oh yes.
I don't know what that would be under. See, that's the thing. Like, you can't just look for it. I mean, tuna tataki, $15. Okay, well.
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying. It's expensive as hell. So you just get 2 of those.
We're now at $35.
Yeah.
Now we're under what we want. The $36 to get $0 delivery fee.
Well, that's so specific.
Okay. Now they're asking, do you want utensils, straws, etc.?
Yeah.
Yes, we do. Okay,
yeah,
so let's say we're, I don't know, out and we're not at home, so we need utensils.
What kind of situation would this be? Just like where would we be? Like at the park or something?
Yeah, maybe, or I don't know. Maybe, yeah, who knows?
Okay.
So now, or maybe work, I don't know, office, who knows?
Something like that.
So now it says my subtotal of just the food is $35.
Yeah.
Now what we don't realize, they say the delivery fee might be waived if we spend over $36. But that's not the only thing.
Okay.
There's a service fee of $3.50. And then the delivery fee of $2.99.
Right.
Now total, including taxes of $2.08, is $43.57.
We gotta get the doctors across the street to pay for that.
When our subtotal for the food, if we went to the restaurant to pick up, would have been $35 plus tax. Now we are paying $50, pretty much. $43.
Yeah. Okay, so, and by the way, utensils? What do you mean utensils? Don't they give you chopsticks for free?
Yes.
What are we going to use?
They're not charging. They're not charging for that. But they're, like, if you're at home, for example, they're doing a whole environmental thing. Like, do you actually need it? Or else we won't include it.
Yeah.
They don't charge you. But, so that is how much they charge. And I mean, either way you go, and I didn't realize this till looking at it now, that service fee of $3.50 is always there, because
what is the service fee for?
That goes to Uber. That doesn't go to the driver. That goes straight to Uber.
Oh my gosh.
Now it's not always $3.50 as I'm reading here. It's
almost arbitrary to me.
The fee equals 10% of your subtotal. So no matter what your subtotal is, if I ordered $100 of food, it will be 10% of that. So it will be $10.
Oh wait, seriously?
Yes.
It's 10.
It's 10% of what you spend.
This is blowing my mind.
And that will always be there. That will never be waived. The delivery fee might. If you spend over a certain amount, depending on the restaurant.
And you keep saying might.
Well, depending on the restaurant. Some of them do, some of them don't.
Some of them don't. Okay. It's always going to be 10%. Dude, this is crazy. I had no idea that's how that works.
Now, that's how Uber Eats works. Skip the Dishes is a little bit different. I don't know. I don't have their app because
you don't have Skip the Dishes?
No.
Boy, are you serious?
No, I don't.
Oh my gosh.
I can download it. That's going to take an hour at this room.
Yeah, because my Wi-Fi is trash. But either way, 10%, it never changes. So if you up the price, then the service fee is also upped, which I guess makes sense. It's just it's so indirect, I feel like, to the people making the food or the people driving.
It doesn't go to any of them.
Yeah.
It goes to Uber.
And that just seems a little shady.
I mean, that's just how it works.
And service fee and the delivery fee, that will never go away. And I can understand delivery fee, of course. I just feel like with a service fee...
What service? The service, they're saying the service they're providing is the app.
Okay.
And the infrastructure of drivers.
Huh.
So that goes directly to Uber. Now, it works the same way with actual ride-sharing apps, like the actual Uber.
Right.
Which we should be getting
soon.
Which
we should. How long have we been saying that?
A lot of people are saying, well, do I really trust it? And I would say, yeah.
I would say that's fine.
I would rather get in an Uber than a cab, to be honest with you.
Okay. I think they're pretty much interchangeable. I just think Uber would be a lot more... It would get to you faster. Like, it would just be everywhere.
I have a preconceived notion of, a cab. I can already imagine the smell inside them. They have that certain smell. Not a bad smell, but just a certain smell.
Yeah.
That they have. And they have all the lights and the dash.
Yeah.
Their screen, and you just see them the ticker going.
Yeah, and that gives you a little bit of anxiety.
And, I mean, and my whole thing is, too, the way Uber does it, it gives them a route to go, pretty much.
Right.
For the driver, the maps on there are actually good. It would be less traffic this way and all that. The cabs, who knows? They could be taking you the longer route to get more charge from you, right?
I see what you mean.
In a sense, that's fine, but it's also, I don't really trust them either. Why should I trust a cab driver more than I would trust an Uber driver?
Are you saying it's interchangeable? Or are you saying
No, but the whole thing is why would I trust some random dude driving me around?
Right.
But why would I also trust a cab driver who's also a random dude driving me around? What difference does it make?
Yeah, and you know what? Like, Uber has been so memed. Like, if you ever saw, I don't think you saw Stuber. Did you see Stuber? Is that how you pronounce it? Yes, Stuber. Yeah, it's like Dave Bautista, Camille Nanjiani or whatever. It's all about an Uber driver, and I know that's not how Uber driving works, but it just seems like it kind of seems like people are inexperienced if you're going to be an Uber driver. Like, you don't need to be experienced.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, it really varies, because you go to states in the U.S. or even cities in other provinces in Canada, or other cities in Canada. An Uber driver is anybody with a license. Can be anybody with a license and a car newer than 2010. That is the requirement. And you have to have a clean driving record.
Okay.
In British Columbia, not so much. You have to get a Class 4 driver's license, which is the same as a taxi license.
Right.
The same as someone who's able to operate a bus. That means you're able to carry people, I believe. And you also need to get special insurance on your car, which, as we know, insurance is not cheap here.
Yeah. ICBC, we're looking at you. Oh my God.
In a sense, you're paying for a commercial vehicle. Right.
It kind of becomes a commercial vehicle.
And because you're carrying all these people that are also, you're now liable for.
Yes.
Which makes ICBC liable for. So anyway, there's that. So there was quite a few more restrictions here, which is also like, when Uber does get introduced here, are they actually going to have enough drivers? Because who wants to, like, getting the license is not cheap.
I feel like it's going to be huge. I feel like people our age are going to try to, like,
The demand will be there, but will there be enough supply of drivers?
I feel like there will be, to be completely honest.
Because do you want to go to ICBC today, which you are able to do?
Yeah.
Go do your Class 4 license and pay, I believe, a minimum of around $5,000 a year for insurance.
Well, I feel like, what I mean is that I feel like people who already have those credentials we'll just pick up the torch, you know what I mean?
So anybody who has that credential are taxi drivers or people that drive buses professionally.
Right.
They're professional drivers. It's a professional driver's license. So they already have a job doing that. I mean, there is a small minority of people that have that license who previously did something like that or got it in the intention of doing that type of job but aren't using it for that, who just have it. Because you can still drive a normal car with it, right? So there's a minority of people that are like that.
Who just have it.
Who just have that license sitting around that they just keep renewing. But are there actually like people that are willing to go out of their way to get a license and to actually pay way more in insurance just to earn, like, because to be honest, earning money from Uber, you don't get that much. I mean,
well, yeah, I feel like it's pretty unsteady, but
you barely get enough to cover your gas in a sense, right? So,
and you're saying this is mainly in BC.
Well, Uber,
that you have to have a certain, you have to have like a criteria.
Every province can put in their own regulations, and every city can do their own regulations.
Right.
Right. So, that's the regulations in BC, and I mean, taxis in the same way. The way the licenses are done with taxis are, if you need to get a provincial license to be a taxi, which there's only so many a year that are given out. They're not just free supply. You can't just apply for one. So you have to buy one from other taxi companies when they're selling one. You have to buy a provincial one. Then you have to buy a municipal one, a city one. So if your taxi is registered in Vancouver, if you drive someone from Vancouver to Coquitlam, you can't pick anybody up on the way back until you are in your city limits of Vancouver.
Okay.
And vice versa. Someone in Coquitlam who needs to drive to the airport and get a taxi to the airport cannot pick anybody else up from that airport back to Coquitlam or to anywhere else.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Which I just learned so much from YouTube.
No, are you sure you don't do this part-time?
No, I don't. I actually watch this all on YouTube.
See, this is the stuff that you watch on YouTube.
Like
compared
your mom
to the
watches shows, I watch just stupid stuff in the background when I'm doing things.
Well, it's not, dude. You sound like you sound like you know your stuff right now because you know what am I watching on YouTube?
Okay, but you know a different thing. You know about movies, comics, that type of stuff.
No, that's what I'm saying.
You ask me things about that, I know nothing.
But okay, so in terms of Uber, I think like where exactly do you think it would be, lessened on, your requirements and stuff besides the States? Is there anywhere else in Canada?
There's lots. I can't think of anywhere off the top of my head, but I even think like Toronto, for example. The regulations are way lower.
Everything happens in Toronto. Toronto is like the.
When you say Toronto, who do you? It's Toronto.
Toronto. Toronto is like the Florida of.
Okay, but even
Canada.
Montreal.
But
what about okay? We'll switch it. Montreal, fine.
Montreal.
Okay, Montreal, same deal. You don't need. I don't believe. Now I'm not 100% sure, but I don't believe you need any of that stuff. So it's much easier. You can just apply to Uber. Send them a thing of your driving record, send them a picture of your license, send them a picture of your car.
Do they have Uber right now?
Yes, pretty much every major city does.
Okay.
In Canada. We are the last. Like you go to any city, like when I went to Europe, you can get an Uber instantly.
Okay.
You can get a Lyft, Uber, whatever brand. You go to, I don't know, you even drive down the border into Bellingham, you can get an Uber.
You can
get an Uber in Seattle.
And I've done that.
You've gotten an Uber in Seattle?
No, Bellingham.
Yeah. They're everywhere. We have regulations in place where you can't have one. Mm-hmm. Because they don't want to jeopardize the taxi industry. That's the whole thing.
You know what? This reminds me of something else that I was talking about, and I was just like, BC seems to be so safe. Like they're trying to keep things so safe.
They try to,
I think it was either like, it was some sort of age limit. What was it? It wasn't voting. It was some sort of drinking. Oh no, not drinking. I was going to go apply for a credit card or
19.
Yeah, 19.
Yeah, because that's age of majority. So technically, as far as voting age and legal adult, we are. Yeah. But we're not the age of majority yet.
The age of majority.
That's what it's called.
Educate me on this, because I've never heard of that.
That means you are. Right now, we are legally independent, but we are not fully independent in a sense. So
I don't feel fully independent.
If you commit a crime today, you will be tried as an adult. Mm-hmm. If you can't go anywhere to drink anything though until you're 19. You can't get a credit card because technically you can't sign for anything legally. In a sense, as an adult.
Yeah, it's also it's kind of the
without someone to be a co-person on your account.
So do you think the age of majority? Do you think that is reasonable at all?
Well, you look at Quebec and you look at Alberta. It's 18. If we drove or flew to Calgary right
seriously.
now, you can get a credit card for the same bank. Let's say RBC. Okay, RBC is here. RBC is in Calgary.
Yeah.
RBC.
Wait, that's it?
What do you mean?
RBC is only in Calgary.
No, I'm saying it's across Canada, but they're in both locations, right? Unlike Band City, that's only here. So you go to RBC here, they say no. You most likely, I think, but you go to RBC in Calgary, you probably would be able to get one. You can also buy weed in Calgary. You can also buy alcohol in Calgary. Right. You can do all of that because there the age of majority is 18.
Ooh, okay.
So that's a provincial thing.
I'm pretty sure. I don't. You know what? So many of the people that we know have always said, let's go to Alberta right now.
And that would be the reason why. Because for you can get into clubs and stuff there.
Exactly.
That's the thing. So.
And to be honest, me, I couldn't care less, to be completely honest.
Do you know how many Americans that live close to the border come up here when they're 8 or go to Alberta when they're 19 or 18? Because they have to wait till 21.
Yeah.
I mean, they're adults at 18 too, but they can't drink until they're
what was it?
21.
21.
But for example, Colorado or Washington, weed is legalized. You can buy weed at 18. But
Washington,
you can't buy
you can buy weed, definitely.
Yes.
I know that.
At 18. But you cannot buy alcohol. Because that makes sense, right?
It does make sense. Just think about this.
How?
No. Listen.
Okay.
Think about this. You're outside during the night in like a sketchy ass. But I don't actually think that makes sense.
It's already going down a bad path, but okay.
You're in like a sketchy ass parking lot, a sketchy ass like alley or something.
Mm-hmm.
What's better to see? Some people smoking weed or people drinking and like hammered and throwing stuff all over the ground?
Okay, that's extreme. I mean, you can have people who are smoking weed and stoned out and not. Like,
I think it's way sketchier to be drinking in public than to be.
I'd say it's on an equal scale, but it's also like, are they drunk at that point or are they not?
Well, yeah, of course.
Either way, drinking, public intoxication is illegal anywhere you go.
Public intoxication, I think, is way sketchier than like.
It's illegal anyway, so it wouldn't matter, no matter what age.
Oh, it.
So either way, you're violating that, and so is smoking weed in public.
That is true.
And so is smoking weed in public.
So age for buying weed in the States is...
Well, not in the States, because not every state has legalized it.
Or
it's a state issue.
In Washington.
In Washington, let's say. I believe it's either 18 or 19. It might be 21, but I'm not sure.
Okay, I need to find this out right now, because I've seen billions of people in Washington just on the side of the road. And
okay, well, that's illegal buying of weed.
Probably. But, okay, here. Washington.
Let's see.
It says adults age...
maybe 21.
I think it is 21.
It is 21.
Okay, so it's the same.
Well, I know there are states... Because Colorado, I want to see Colorado.
Colorado's a fun place.
Okay, so you can... Yeah, Colorado is 18. But you can...
For both?
No, for weed.
For just weed, okay. Huh.
I mean, it's not in any place in the States. It's not illegal to consume alcohol underage. It's illegal to buy it underage.
That is so whack.
Mm-hmm. I mean, well, no, because what it's trying to do is it's preventing... If you can't get it, you can't. But it is also illegal to supply people underage.
Yeah. Oh, I would assume that.
So it's kind of.
But it's just like once you drink it.
Because they don't want to take.
They surrender.
They don't want to take the underage person to jail because that just makes it worse for them. I mean, that just makes them go down the wrong path. It almost seems like
it's needless. Oh yeah.
You should go to the source rather than the.
Okay, you know what? That makes sense.
Like it's the. Do you arrest the drug user or do you arrest the drug dealer? Which one would you try to arrest the most?
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense. So, no, I get what you're saying. We got to this from Fresh Prep. I don't remember.
I know, right?
I don't remember how, but it was an interesting journey. I think I meant to ask you before. Would you ever go back to Fresh Prep,
No.
even if they lowered the prices?
No. Would I consider another company that's being more tried and true? And if I heard good things from other people, like I would rather have a good word from an actual person I know.
Yeah.
Than
just
online reviews. Because the thing is too, there are a way of people scam online reviews.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible. Like I work somewhere right now where you can go online and you can see the fake ones because it's a template. Because we have our systems that compile all the reviews from Yelp, Google Reviews, our own review software that are on the receipts, stuff like that. It compiles them all and gives us graphs and all this stuff. And it tells you how many of them are fraudulent or fake or bot or done by a bot.
Yeah.
Right? And so I don't know, because companies can pay.
They can pay, yeah.
I don't think my company would, because there's really, it's not a company review, it's an individual store review.
Okay, and then so there was that.
There's a few others in Vancouver, like companies that do that. I mean, food delivery, like meal.
That's what I was gonna say. We also got to do skip dishes or something or Uber Eats.
Are you paying for it? Because I'll do it.
Sure.
Okay, let's order some sushi. Let's go.
Right now.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. Let's get McDelivery.
No, McDelivery is actually done by Skip the Dishes.
Oh, so it's in tandem.
Yes, see that's what I mean. McDonald's contracts with Skip the Dishes to do it for them.
They don't. Well, of course they don't tell you that in the commercial. Because it just seems.
But you
clear.
go to McDelivery, it just goes to Skip the Dishes because you see the red bags.
God. Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Well, if you think of it, who has the infrastructure to do it? Not McDonald's.
Not McDonald's. Yeah.
Why they can? But
I'm just saying. I don't know why I didn't think of that before.
Yeah.
I just saw it and I was just like, wow, they just opened a whole new branch of the company, and they got drivers.
Well, no, they do have places that do it. I mean,
like Korea.
Yeah.
Korea has McDelivery. I learned that one from BuzzFeed. Thank you.
But the thing with the Koreans as well, especially in Korea, is the food culture is a lot different than it is here. I mean, food is a big part of their culture. I mean, not only like they have.
So it warrants an entire like section of the company.
Yeah, I mean their delivery is a big thing there, and places in Europe they did the same thing.
Yeah.
And I almost got run down multiple times near a McDonald's in France by scooters and people trying to get their food.
Scooters.
No, I'm serious. So they have their own version of Skip the Dishes, probably Uber Eats or something there as well.
Yeah.
And oftentimes we would go to McDonald's because it would be late at night and I don't know, we wanted a coffee or a muffin because EF tours dinners sucked. Like they were.
Okay, hold up. Yeah, this is the. By the way, that's another thing is that when you came back from Europe, you're like, I got McDonald's at one point. What?
I was starving.
What?
I'm not kidding. I'm not even. Anyways, so we were at McDonald's quite often, and.
Oh my god.
And in the bigger cities, like Paris being one of them, you would wait out. Like we would stand outside after we got our stuff, and the scooter would come ripping over the sidewalk because their sidewalks aren't like ours, right? They would come ripping over the sidewalk and come speeding down the sidewalk, honking its horn, and then it would just like skid to a stop. I'm not even kidding. Like it would be out of a movie. Like skidding to a stop. The guy would run with his bag into the McDonald's and wait there. And if the food wasn't ready yet, he'd be yelling at the employees. And then he'd grab his food, throw it on the back of his moped, his scooter, and
freaking just
off he goes. Back on the street, weaving through traffic. I mean, like I couldn't imagine.
That's dedication right there.
Well, no, because okay, first of all, you've got Paris traffic. Okay,
I don't know what Paris traffic is, bro.
It's bad. It's city traffic. I mean, you need a scooter. That's why they're in scooters. If you were in a car, you'd never get there in time.
Just to zigzag.
Because it's also parking. I mean, where do you park? There's nowhere to park there.
Yeah.
Because you pay a congestion fee from going into the city. Of 12 euros, I believe. Or it might be 20 euros, I don't remember.
For a congestion fee. Okay, I guess that
to go into the city center, you pay, I think, 20 euros.
Wow, okay. Well, I guess that makes sense.
Or it might be 12. I don't know. Either way. So you pay that. But they have that there, and that's also, I think, contracted out. But their McDonald's there is really different, though. It's changing the topic again, but that's fine. Their McDonald's is much better.
Yeah, no, okay, explain a few menu items.
Okay, so we'll start with...
You said you had, the best McNuggets of all time.
Yeah, so we'll start with their actual, store, their locations, their restaurants.
Yeah.
So you walk in there, and there's almost two sections. There's the food section, and you've got the McCafe section. Oh. And you think McCafe here, okay, it's just their coffees.
Yeah.
No, McCafe in France is a full-on Starbucks, almost. They've got espresso machines, pastries, macaroons.
Wow.
They've got, it all. I mean, it was good. I mean, you'd get a coffee there, they'd actually turn on the espresso machine and make it.
You would see it.
Yes, it was actually real. It wasn't powders like they are here.
It's what Tim Hortons aspires to do.
Tim Hortons is honestly overrated.
But it's a Canadian jewel.
It is a Canadian jewel, and it's cheap and cheerful, so I don't care.
And we're there way too often.
And we are. Anyway, so you have that, and then you have the typical, like, you don't order by a person, which I wouldn't do anyway, because I would butcher my French and have a panic attack. So I would order on the screen, which is...
I don't know what order is.
I want. You'd say I would like, or I want.
What is want again?
But I don't know if
Je vais...
There's two. But I don't know if I want is too pushy, so I wasn't sure what to say. So anyway, I use the machine, like the digital...
Yeah, well, they're going to know you don't know what the hell you're saying, so they would be fine with it, even if you seem like you were... If you sounded like a dick, they would know you're not trying to be a dick.
No, I know. But I mean, the French, or especially Parisians, are a little bit moody. So anyways, you have the screen, and you order what you want. You can change it to English, which is good.
Yeah.
And anyway, so you do that, and then normally it will pop up on the pin pad. It will say pay on the pin pad. And I'm like, well, crap, I can't pay on the pin pad because it charges you, right? You're foreign, right? So you pay cash, and then you say, okay, pay cash. Please proceed to the counter. In French, obviously. Okay, so I go to the counter, and it prints out a little receipt with a number so she can pull it up. And I give it to her, and I don't say anything because I'm dying on the inside.
Yeah.
And I hand it to her, and then she says something like something like €8 or something like that. €8, but she says it so...
€8, yeah.
So together, anyway.
So fast.
And I'm so anxious that I don't understand it. So I just I look at the screen and I see, okay, €8. So I give her €8. And little did I realize I was giving her coins, and I don't know why I had these coins, but I had coins that were Canadian coins.
Oh, Jesus.
But they're coins there, they do weird denominations. So you know how we have like a 5, a 10, a 25,
yeah,
$1 and $2?
Yes.
They have a euro. I think they just have a euro coin, but they do 20. They do a 5, and that's it.
A 20 and a 5, okay.
A 20 and a 5.
Yeah.
So I confuse myself every time, because you think of a quarter, okay, you need 50 cents, okay, you go.
You were giving them Canadian coins.
No, but it was just in my thing with the coins. So anyway, so I'm like, okay.
So wait, did you try to actually count stuff out with Canadian coins, or did you just accidentally slip in some Canadian coins?
$8.55 was the total.
Yeah.
So I go $8.55. So in my head, I already know the total because I saw it on the thing.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking in my head, I'm counting out the change in my head like I would do here.
Oh, gosh.
You'd think, okay, so if I'm doing 55, right?
Yeah.
You need 2 quarters, and then you need 5 more cents. Easy. I forget if that's a dime or nickel.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sure.
So you take that, and then that's your 50. And then I realize, I'm like, oh shoot. I don't actually give her the coin. I'm thinking in my head that. So then I get up there, thinking I'm prepared, and then I realized, shoot, their coin denominations are different. So now I'm trying to think in 20s and 5s.
And 5, yeah.
20, 40, and then I needed 2 5s to make it 50, but I didn't have that.
This is breaking my brain.
I know.
I can't even imagine how bad that would be.
You get so used to having your normal coins.
First world problems. I'm like, I'm hearing a story about you ordering something. I'm getting nervous.
I know. And remember, this is all in French, so I had her the wrong change, and that I needed 5 more cents or something like that. And I didn't know what she meant. So I'm just like, and I like to think I'm okay with French. I can get by, but when I'm actually talking to someone speaking French, I get nervous. Like right now, I can think totally fine, but in French, like how to form a sentence.
Yeah, no.
But in front of an actual person, I think I'm screwing up. I'm wrong wording, wrong format.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Why do you think I failed the oral French test in grade 11?
Oh, I just turned red into a tomato. Anyways, so anyway, I eventually figured it out. But the food quality there, getting back to McDonald's, food quality is so much better. Like I had these chicken McNuggets.
Yeah. And
they were good. I mean, they're still ground up chicken. It's not like real tenders or anything like that.
It's 100% white poulet.
But you also have to understand that their food regulations there are so much better. I mean,
I don't doubt that. I do not doubt that for a second.
I think it's all like real. Like it's not crap. I mean, you can't. Like I don't even think you're allowed trans fat there.
Huh. So that's like what? Whoa, that's like the oils and the fats.
Well, no, there's fat. I mean, you have to have fat, but trans fat is like nasty fat, saturated and trans fat. I don't like that.
It's all the extra stuff you can't. So they don't allow any of that.
I don't think so.
Wow.
In their foods, or it has to be less. Pardon me. It has to be less than a certain amount.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, no, it's so much better.
Right. So, man, and trans fats, I don't really know the any benefits.
There are none.
There are none. Yeah.
It's something you can't.
I know what you mean. Either way, we're gonna wrap this up. A little abrupt, but dang, my audio recorder just it's saying low battery, and I'm scared that we're gonna cut out in a second. So, you've been in the loop with Max Fingrove and Nicholas. I think we're gonna title this one "First World Problems" because that's what we spoke about most. I'm gonna beat my neighbor in that trash race. We're gonna get Uber. It's gonna be either huge or small. We're gonna do skip the dishes, and you're gonna do fresh prep. I tell you, and it's gonna be the best thing ever.
I'd be looking forward to the skip the dishes though. Let's do it.
Yeah.
We'll get sushi.
All right, let's do that. And I'll see you guys next time in the loop.